Welcome class, this is your screencast for our project of making a book trailer. The first thing we're going to do is go to animoto.com. You can see our site here, animoto.com. From here, I'm going to sign up. Here you are going to put in your email address, which is your student ID at ccisd.net. Your first and last name, and then your password. I suggest you put your student PIN, the same password that you normally use when you get into the computer. And you're going to click Start Trial. I've got mine over here. When you get in, you're going to see a Create button, and you want to click the Create button. And from here, you're going to do Slideshow Video Create. The first thing you're going to do is choose the style or the background or the theme. You want to think carefully about this. You want this to match what your book is about. I'm going to show you a few examples so you see what I mean by that. But be thinking about what your book is about. Choose one that makes sense. Also, here we see that this says Green Premium. That means it costs money. I did not pay for it, neither did you, so we're not going to choose those premium. If you want, you can click on it and you can watch it. You are going to add the photos, like they're saying, and you are going to add the text. But the background and the music is there. You can change the music later, and I will show you that. So let's think. I want to do, let's do travel. I want to do Wolf by Wolf. I just read Wolf by Wolf. So I'm going to choose Globetrotter. It looks like it's about them. They go on a motorcycle ride. They go across country. I'm going to choose this. I'm going to see if this makes sense for my book. Now the music doesn't, so we can change that in a second. But this seems to make sense for me. So I'm going to choose this one, okay? So, oh, it's yelling at me to log in. So I'm going to log in. Let's do this again. Again, I'm going to create. I'm going to choose. So again, I chose Globetrotter. I'm going to click Create Video. And it's going to get it started for me. In a minute, we're going to go over the rubric so you know exactly what's required. But right now, I'm going to show you what you need to do. So the first thing I want to do is put text, which would be the title of the book and the author. So mine is Wolf by Wolf. And then I'd put my author here, right? I'd capitalize that and save it. And it automatically gives me the next slide. So here, the next thing I want you to add would be the cover of the book. And we're going to go over in a second how to appropriately find a correct photo. So the next one, I'd upload a photo that is the cover of the book. And I'd continue. I'd add text with some information about the book. Or I'd add more photos with some information about the book. In a second, we're going to go over exactly what I need. Now, to change the song. I told you this song didn't really make sense for Wolf by Wolf. So I'm going to go through. I can play what we've got, top songs for this style, popular for education, or I can browse the full library. I'm just going to show you quickly. You can go through and pick a song that makes sense for your video. So I'm just going to try one out. Ooh. This one's very serious. I'm going to choose this. I'm going to select this song. So you see it's changed the song for me. Now I feel like this is more appropriate. I feel like this fits my book more. Let's say I've got a couple in. I've got my title, I've got the cover of the book, and I have my 4 slides that have text pertaining to the plot, and I have 4 separate slides that have pictures pertaining to the plot. I'm going to come and preview my video. Let's go ahead and add a picture before they do that. So I'm going to show you our 2 different ways. They have some photos you can choose from. If you see here, I've got photos I can choose from. Here's all the stock images that you can choose from. So travel. So I said this is about her traveling. We've talked about this book, so I'm going to open it. And I'm going to find the one that makes most sense, that fits. Oh, this one definitely. Absolutely. I'm adding this one in. Okay? And I am going to now, let's say I've got everything required. I'm going to preview the video. So I'm clicking preview the video. It's going to take a little while. I'm going to watch it, make sure it has everything I need in my rubric, that the video makes sense, the music makes sense, my pictures and text are correct. It may run a little slow, that's okay. I'm patient. Or very slow. We're going to move on from this. So one of the things, I'm going to go ahead and click X. One of the other things I want to show you how to do is how to add, if you're not comfortable or you don't like, or you can't find the right photos through their images, you can save an image. But let's talk about that. I want you to find images that are not copyright protected. So we're going to go to Google. You're going to type in what you're looking for. It's a book about dogs. I'm clicking dogs. I'm going to type it in Google. From here, I'm going to click Images. Here's my images. Before I save any of these, though, I'm going to come over here to Tools, click Usage Rights, and Labeled for Non-Commercial Reuse. So this means that you can use them as long as we're not selling it for anything, which we're not. So let's say, now of course this doesn't go with my book, but it's just something that I picked. That might be a common theme. I'm going to click on this one. I think this one's funny. So I'm going to save it on my desktop. Okay, Toddy Dog, I'm saving it on my desktop. Save. So again, that was typing in what you're looking for a picture of, clicking Images, clicking Labeled for Non-Commercial Reuse, right-clicking, saving image as on my desktop. That gives me my photo. So when I come back, I can add that photo. So here I go. I'm going to click. I've got my own. I'm going to upload. Here it is on my desktop. There he is. And I'm going to choose. And it will download it. So this is an appropriate photo. Give it a second. There we go. And I can even caption it if I want and write what it may be pertaining to. Look how cute he is. And again, so now I'm going to preview my video using your rubric, which we'll go over in a minute. I'm going to check to make sure that it has all my requirements so I can get the best grade possible. It's going to take another second. So let's imagine we watched the entire thing. It went through and I was comfortable with it. I'm going to click Produce. I'm going to title it. So you're going to title it the title of your book, Wolf by Wolf. You can put today's date, whatever that may be, your name, a description if you want. Again, it could just be the title of the book. And click Finish. Now it's finalizing. I'm going to wait patiently while my bar works. And again, you can watch it here. Make sure it has all the requirements, you're happy with it. And when you're happy with it, you're going to click Email, and you're going to email it to me. Now, of course it says me, but you're going to email it to me. Whoop. Let's pause that so we don't have that playing in the background. Again, you're going to click Email. And you're going to email it to me, jcamppe4 ccisd.net. You could put a message in there if you want. It's going to give me your name, so you can say Wolf by Wolf by Jennifer Campbell. Right? And you'll click Share Video. What this will do is it will email it to me. That way I can go through and I can check it. So, this is how to use Animoto to create your book trailer. I also showed you how to find non-commercial reuse images through Google. And the last thing I want to go over, and you have a copy of this, this is your rubric. This is what I'm using to grade. So you need to include the title and the author. So it's 5 points if you have both the title and the author. It's 2.5 points if you have one but not the other. 0 points if you have neither. You need to include a cover of the book. Include the cover of the book. It's 5 points. If you do not, it is 0. That's an all or nothing. Appropriate music. Think about what I had talked about with music. I'm going to show you some examples. If it's serious, the music should reflect that. If it's lighthearted, if it's funny, if it's humorous, the music should reflect that. So if the music is appropriate, it's 5 points. If you have music, but it doesn't really fit the book, it's 2.5 points. No music, no points. 4 slides with photos. Again, these slides need to be appropriate to the book. They need to fit with the book. If you have 4, it's 40 points. 3, 30, 2, 20, 1, 10, and 0, 0 points. And last but not least, 4 slides that have text about the plot. So if you have 4 slides, that's 40 points. 3, 30 points. 2, 20 points. 1, 10 points. 0, no. And here is your part that you're going to look at as you're creating it. Then you're going to hand this to me, and after you email it, and I'm going to put your information here, your name, your title, and how many slides you had. You need at least 10, right? If we count this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's at least 10. And this is a total. If you get everything here in our left column, total, it'll be a total of 100 points. Now let's go look at some examples, okay? Let's look at some that I have done. So I'm going to go back over here to mine that I already have done, show you some examples. So my videos. Let's look at all our videos. Let's look at Took. Let's watch that one. All right, so that was my book trailer for the book Took. Of course, it was creepy, kind of fit the theme of the book, right? So I had creepy music, I had a creepy theme, I had pictures that were appropriate for it, I had the book cover, I had the title, the author, and I had photos that went along with it. Let's look at one more. So let's go back. Let's look at one more that is decidedly different. Let's do the new Ashley. Let's watch this one. All right, so this one was very different. If you notice, my background, my photos, my music was much more upbeat. It was much more It was a lot faster. It wasn't as creepy. It kind of fit the theme of my book. It fit what my book is like. So be thinking about that when you're creating yours. So again, what we learned in this video is how to log into Animoto, how to create a book trailer, how to choose our music, how to add text, how to add photos, how to look up photos and save them in our desktop if we want to download those photos, and we went over the rubric of the requirements for this assignment. Of course, if you have questions, come ask me.